Broadcasting live from the Albay PIO News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is News at 12. In the local scene, the Albay Provincial Health Office has released its weekly schedule of mobile blood donation activities in the 2nd and 3rd districts, urging residents to support the life-saving campaign. On February 25, donation sites will be stationed at Barangay Kawayan in Manito, Bicol University Pulangi Campus, and Barangay Mariawa in Legazpi City. On February 26, the team will proceed to Barangay Bugtong and Barangay Karakaran in Rapu-Rapu and Barangay Kawit in Manito. On February 27, donation drives will be held at Barangay Palanog in Kamalig, Barangay Sugkad in Pulangi, and JCI Albay Doctors Hospital in Legazpi City. Alternate Blood Program Coordinator and Donor Recruitment Officer Romel R. Almonte said a single unit of blood can help save multiple lives, especially during medical emergencies, surgeries, and for patients needing regular transfusion. Healthy and eligible residents are encouraged to visit the designated venues on the scheduled dates to donate. The Provincial Health Office is calling on Albianos to take part, emphasizing that every blood donation can make a significant difference. For inquiries, donors may contact Almonte at 0912-862-6696 or via messenger at Albay PIO. In other story, Albay Police Provincial Office has heightened security measures ahead of the 40th anniversary of the EDSA People Power Revolution, as large crowds are expected across the province. Police said monitoring and operational readiness have been intensified to ensure a peaceful and orderly observance of the historic event. Authorities are urging the public to remain vigilant and immediately report any suspicious person, activity, or unattended item to officers on duty. Attendees are reminded not to bring sharp objects and other prohibited items to event areas to avoid security concerns. Motorists and participants are advised to follow designated routes and traffic advisories to ease congestion and reduce the risk of accidents. Police are also encouraging discipline and orderly conduct during programs and gatherings to maintain public safety. Participants are advised to bring drinking water and protection against heat exposure during prolonged outdoor activities. Authorities further stress the importance of closely monitoring children and elderly companions to prevent separation in crowded areas. Officials said public cooperation remains vital in sustaining safety and upholding the spirit of unity and democracy that defined the 1986 uprising. In other news, 13 local government units in Albay are set to sign a memorandum of agreement with the provincial government to boost rice production in salt-affected communities. The project, implemented with the Department of Agriculture, Philippine Rice Research Institute, will run from 2025 to 2028 and focus on scaling up integrated crop management practices. The beneficiary local government include Tiwi, Malinao, Malilipot, Tabaco City, Bacacay, Santo Domingo, Legazpi City, Manito, Rapu-Rapu, Ligao, Piudoran, Libon, and Uwas. The initiative aims to improve rice yields in saline-prone areas through community-based technology demonstrations, farmer training, and better access to quality seeds. Participating local governments will identify qualified farmer cooperators, establish model farms, and support training and monitoring activities. They will also collaborate on community seed banking and provide field data to guide seasonal planning. The program addresses the growing impact of soil salinity on rice production and farmer productivity in several parts of the province. Through this partnership, the province aims to strengthen climate-resilient farming practices and ensure more sustainable rice production in vulnerable communities. In the national scene, the Akbayan party list will file a bill to declare February 25 a non-working holiday to honor the EDSA People Power Revolution, according to their representative Percy Sindanya. Sindanya said the bill will be submitted on Tuesday to ensure that the anniversary will always be observed as a holiday, no matter who leads the government. He made the statement during an interview at the EDSA Shrine, where a prayer rally was held to mark the 40th anniversary of the historic uprising. In 2023, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. removed the EDSA anniversary from the list of public holidays, even though many schools still suspended classes this year to remember the event. The 1986 revolution brought millions of people to the streets of Metro Manila, led to the removal of former President Ferdinand Marcos Sr. after years of authoritarian rule. According to Amnesty International, at least 70,000 people were wrongly jailed and 3,200 were killed during martial law, while a report by the World Bank estimated that billions of dollars were taken from public funds before democracy was restored in 1986. In other story, youth organizations, including Kabataan Party List, raised concerns over Senator Robin Padilla's remarks describing the youth as weak and questioning the prevalence of depression amid increasing discussions on mental health. Padilla's comments during a Senate hearing on the Children's Safety in Social Media Act, where he said depression was not a common term during his youth, and cited reports that at least 7 students died by suicide linked to cyberbullying. More than 30 student councils, youth groups, and mental health advocates said the incidents highlight the need to treat mental health as a public policy rather than a matter of personal character. The groups also said public discussions on mental health should encourage individuals to seek support and avoid language that may seem as dismissive of young people's experiences. They called on the administration and the House of Representatives to review existing laws, including the Mental Health Act, and consider measures to strengthen funding, services, and education related to mental health. In other news, the Department of Justice Action Center held its Katarungan Caravan this February at the New Bilibid Prison Medium Security Compound in Muntinlupa City, giving free legal help to more than 500 persons deprived of liberty. The program started in 2024 under DOJ Undersecretary Margarita N. Gutierrez, aims to bring legal services directly to vulnerable groups, especially inmates whose cases are delayed because they lack lawyers or proper documents. During the visit, DOJAC lawyers, together with the Public Attorney's Office, the Integrated Bar of the Philippines, volunteer lawyers, law students, and the city government of Taguig reviewed cases, checked good conduct time allowance concerns, and helped process legal papers and referrals. Since it began, the Katarungan Caravan has helped more than 35,000 Filipinos nationwide by offering free legal advice, case reviews, and court referrals, helping reduce jail overcrowding and improve access to justice. Justice officials said the government will continue holding more caravans to make sure legal help reaches inmates and other vulnerable sectors, stressing that justice should be fair, compassionate, and accessible to all. And in the news outside the country, a powerful winter storm is heading toward the U.S. East Coast, promising heavy snow, strong winds, and potential flooding since Sunday, affecting millions of residents. Cities along Interstate 95, including New York, Boston, and Philadelphia, are under blizzard warnings, with snow accumulations of 1 to 2 feet and wind gusts reaching 60 miles per hour, raising safety and transport concerns. Officials warn that heavy, wet snow could lead to power outages, blocked roads, and coastal flooding in states like New Jersey, Delaware, and Massachusetts, pushing communities to act quickly to mitigate damage. Millions of people are in the storm's path, with city leaders declaring emergencies, urging residents to stay indoors, and mobilizing resources while reminding communities of past deadly winter events and the importance of preparedness. In other story, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced that developing nuclear weapon is now a high priority after the last treaty with the U.S. expired. He said strengthening Russia's nuclear capabilities is important for national security and maintaining global balance. Putin made the remarks during Defender of the Fatherland Day, a holiday that highlights military service and patriotism. He added that all branches of the military would be improved in readiness, mobility, and capacity to operate in challenging conditions, using lessons from the Ukraine conflict. With the New START treaty now expired, Russia and the U.S. are no longer bound by formal nuclear limits, but Moscow said it will continue a responsible approach to its arsenal. And finally, in the news outside the country, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has been re-elected as General Secretary of the Workers' Party during the nation's rare party Congress, state media reported Monday. The 4-day Congress, held once every 5 years, said the decision reflected the unshakable will and unanimous desire of all the delegates, according to the Korean Central News Agency. State media noted that under Kim's leadership, North Korea has strengthened its nuclear capabilities, which it described as enhancing the country's military deterrence. In his opening remarks, Kim highlighted economic challenges and promised to improve living standards, signaling an emphasis on both development and military priorities. The Congress also revised party rules to promote unity and discipline among members, reflecting Kim's continuing central role in North Korea's governance and policy making. That's all for the news at 12, February 24, 2026. We'll be back tomorrow for more news updates. Thanks to our news writer, LJ Lorejo and Naomi Ruth Hernandez. And on the technical side, Tad Bobis. Our Provincial Information Office, OIC Marty Gonzalez, and under the supervision of our Governor, Noel E. Rizal, I am Greg Hallare. Thank you for subscribing. Albay in my heart.